Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kenny, as you see on the screen there, and I'm bringing y'all another installment of The Mandalorian, man. It's here. It's The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 5. We're breaking down another recap. We're doing these every single week when these episodes drop for all these weekly series on Disney Plus, HBO Max, what have you. So make sure you're clicking all the buttons down below the video, the subscribes, and all that good jazz and everything like that. It really does help support the show, and we appreciate all the new subscribers that have been coming in recently. The channel has really been growing, and we appreciate each and every one of you listeners slash watchers and all and everything in between. We appreciate you. But with no further ado, let's get right into this thing and just getting into my quick overall thoughts because I am shooting this before I got to get to work. I absolutely love this episode, and the series is really finding its footing with the overarching story, and everything's really coming together. And that's why I personally, while I was enjoying the episodes for the most part, I wasn't as pumped up as I was early on in seasons 1 and 2 as I was so far in season 3. I mean, I wasn't as pumped as I was for seasons 1 and 2 as so far during season 3. But now for the last couple episodes, especially in all the Dr. Parsum and everything like that, Dr. Persian, I think, yeah, Dr. Persian, I think, and everything going down with Katie O'Brien's character, everything like that tying into this episode with the Mandalorians and everything that's been going on with them and Bo-Katan so far, and also with the character of Carson Teva coming in back from seasons 2 and I believe possibly season 1 as well, but I know for sure he was in season 2. And yeah, so he's coming back from the New Republic side of things. We're tying in Moff Gideon. I really just love the way this episode really tied everything together. And that's one thing that Dave Filoni, a Star Wars creator that's been around for a long time, who worked on Clone Wars and created Rebels and everything like that, is working on Ahsoka in live action currently as this is airing, Mandalorian Season 3, but he's had his fingerprints all over Star Wars, and generally when he's writing these series out, he generally does do that. Sometimes it almost seems like it's meandering, sort of, or there's like adventures of the week that don't seem to tie into the overarching narrative, but he's always able to set up all these little plot lines and everything and manages to weave it all together about halfway through the season or so and really gets that strong second half that really brings everything together and really leads to a satisfying conclusion in the finale. So that's one thing with Dave Filoni I tend to expect, and even season 1 had a little bit of that feel the first time watching it as it aired after the first couple episodes. So honestly, I'm really enjoying this episode. I absolutely loved it and think that where it's heading and what it teased at the end of it is so freaking interesting. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm speculating all over the place. I'll drop a few of my theories at the end of the thing, but man, I cannot wait to see what happens with after this episode with the way they teed things up at the end and the way they tied in Moff Gideon. I thought was brilliant. It was kind of the way I expected it, but they also did something different with it and twisted it in a way that I didn't see coming. So that's hella interesting, no doubt. But let's go ahead and get into the overall recap portion of this thing. And as we pick up with the episode, we're actually over there in Navarro, and we're kicking it with my boy Grief Karga, man. My boy Grief Karga, played by the great Carl Weathers. He's the one that came in right here and was all really awesome. He's also directed some of the episodes in the past, Carl Weathers himself. So really cool to see him come back in here, and he's just doing his magistrate stuff, but none other than Gorian Shard, that pirate from episodes 1 and 2, man, or episodes 1, I mean. Oh man, he's back and he is pissed at Grief Karga, and he starts talking mad shit to him when they start communicating through the holograms, and he's like, man, you done went soft, bro. You look like a bitch pretty much. Like, I'm not worried about you at all. So essentially from that point on, he's like, yo, I'm about to fuck y'all up in a minute. So y'all ain't gonna escape this shit. And then he comes in, Gorian Shard that is, with his ship, and he just starts blasting everyone in Navarro, man, blasting everyone everywhere. People are trying to evacuate. Grief Karga's telling the droids to try to evacuate everyone as safely as possible, and he's just over there like trying to reach out to the New Republic in order to get them to help out because, man, he is desperate right now. I was kind of surprised even at that point because I thought he might have called Mando first and tried to get the Mandalorians in on it, but it goes a little bit in a different direction because Grief Karga ends up calling the New Republic, and he ends up getting a hold of Carson Teva. So as that all goes down, he gets the message. He's the one that's going to relay it to the powers that be and everything like that. And as that's going on, Grief Karga ends up getting as many survivors as he can out of the city. And then he ends up getting into more of the wilderness part of Navarro, and he tries to assure them that everything's going to be fine and help is on the way. And even though something really fucked up just went down, he's got their back. He'll make sure everything's good to go. And that's when we jump on over to our guy Carson Teva, coming back from season 2, and really love the way they reintroduced him here. He's over there chilling in seemingly a New Republic kind of bar, you know what I mean? A little Top Gun Maverick little situation going on right there. And he's over there chilling, doing his thing. And then he actually goes over, we pan over to this one part of the bar where he's chilling with none other than fucking Zeb from Star Wars Rebels. For all my Star Wars Rebels heads that know what's up with this character, we finally get confirmation, I believe, that he's alive and he's well in the New Republic, working for them. Zeb, man. Haven't seen him since the end of Rebels. It's been a minute. Really cool to see how he's tying in. I am very curious, or how they're all tying this in, but I'm very curious to see if they're going to incorporate him into Ahsoka. I am praying they do. Give me just an episode or something with my boy Zeb. I feel like we need him in there. He does look like an expensive kind of, CGI effect, you know what I mean, or whatever, but I hope they're willing to spend the money in Ahsoka, and Dave Filoni can get that through, and I'm pretty sure he will, knowing him, because he loves these characters to death. He created them, of course. So I think it'd be awesome if they can incorporate him in just some kind of small way in there. Even though they're going to be in the unknown regions and stuff like that, I believe, going after Thrawn or doing whatever they're going to be doing in Ahsoka coming up here soon, later this year. Can't fucking wait. I think they should at least get Zeb in there just real quick, just for a little supporting role, cameo in one episode or two. I think that would be awesome. Let me know if you guys want to see that in the comments as well. But overall, man, really love that part. But then he gets the message and Carson Teva, that is, and he's like, okay, well, I got to go try to get reinforcements over there so we can help out Navarro, you know what I mean? And Zeb's like, all right, mate, good luck. And then, Carson Teva goes on his way, and he meets up with none other than Tim fucking Meadows, man, coming up in here as some Imperial person. I'm not Imperial, sorry, some New Republic person. Excuse me. And as, and then Carson Teva's like, hey, man, we really need to get some reinforcements over there to Navarro. The magistrate sent me this message. And then Tim Meadows, he kicks back and starts listening to it, but then he turns it off, and he's like, after literally 10, 15 seconds, he's like, okay, I get the gist. And he's like, all right, well, I'm not really familiar with this planet and stuff like that, but he seems like he's kind of on the fence about helping him out, but he seems like he might just do it. But then none other than Katie O'Brien's bitch-ass character shows up and tries to fuck up the stuff and talk about they don't have some kind of permit or some kind of bullshit with the New Republic. So then he's like, oh, I don't know if we can help him then. I don't know if we can put resources on him then. And then I'm like, oh, you little bitch. She's just fucking everything up, man. The inside agent from Moff Gideon, probably the person that ended up breaking him out, as we see later on in the episode right there. But, man, crazy stuff. Spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler alert, if you didn't see it in the thumbnail. Spoiler alert. But yeah, crazy stuff right there. But then Tim Meadows' character, he doesn't even want to do it. He's like, nah, well, we can't really put resources on that. My bad, bro. And then Carson Teva's like, oh, shit, man. He's like, you got to realize that something bigger is going down. Moff Gideon never even made it to trial. Y'all are sleeping on this whole situation, and there's been something else brewing this whole time. It's not a coincidence. These things must be connected. And they don't want to listen to jack shit, man. So Carson Teva's like, well, I'm going to have to turn to the only other person I know with a group of people that are going to be worthy adversaries for pirates or these type of people that can easily take these guys out. Or I can easily take them out if I have some support there. And that's when Carson Teva ends up using none other than R5 to track none other than the Mandalorians' location. And he flies over there to that planet. And I don't even think they've named that planet, which is kind of cool as well. Which almost looks like Arizona if it was a planet itself. And as he gets over there and lands, Vizsla or whatever, he comes out and he's like, yo, what the fuck you doing here, Blue? Get the fuck out of here, homie. No, but pretty much, And then other Mandalorians come out, followed by Din Djarin, where he's like, "Yo, man, I'm only gonna be able to save your ass for so long, man. You're gonna need to get stepping. You know what I mean? I got respect for you, bro. I appreciate you, letting me slide last time and helping me out, but helping me and Grogu, helping me and my boy. But I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need you to get to stepping." And he's like, "Hold on, man, hold on." Navarro needs help. I got a message right here from the magistrate, and it's your friend, Grief Karga. You know what I'm saying? His life is in danger. People have already been taken out. I'm just trying to see if y'all are willing to help. I ain't trying to intrude. I ain't even gonna tell my people where you all are at. I ain't gonna say shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do that. I got respect for y'all. I just need some help, and I'm just wanted to know if you willing to help. And that's the only thing. And then Din's like, all right, cool. I got you, bro. I got you. So then he rallies kind of the whole group together, and he's like, all right, guys, look. I know it's tough. I know we've already sacrificed a lot, but if we help these guys out, we might be able to stay on the planet because Grief Karga already promised that he would give me land and everything for me and Grogu, my son, and all that. He'll let all of us stay there. We can all get land. We can all live together and start living out there a little bit more around the public, just a little bit, and start to, our kids can play in the sun and whatnot and all that shit, and we can start getting out there a little bit more, and we can have a brighter future for our people if we can do this today and win this fight. I think we can have a much cooler situation going on. And then everyone's like, all right, I see what you mean. But then Vizsla, he wants to speak. So then after Din passes the talking hammer, if you will, the item they have to hold to address everybody, he gives it to the armorer, and then she passes it off to Vizsla as Din takes a seat. And then Vizsla starts going on to a speech like, man, we didn't already sacrifice so much for his kid and all this other bullshit, man. Why must we do it again? And everyone's like, yeah, what the hell, man? What's up with that? And then the shit takes a complete 180, man. And he's like, because we're Mandalorians, bro. It's what we do. And let's do it, man. Let's have a brighter future for our kids, our people, our culture. And let's make it happen. Let's help them out. Let's do this shit, man. We Mandalorians. Let's suit up. And then everyone's down. They're in. They're down for the cause. And then they end up heading off to Navarro, of course. Meanwhile, Gorian Shard's over there fucking up shit. Then the Mandalorians show up with Bo-Katan also as well in pursuit, kind of hanging back for a bit. And then you got Din Djarin flying in with Grogu in the N1, flying in to kind of distract him and everything like that. Starts blasting on the big ship, taking out the cannons and everything like that. Kind of nullifying the situation, equalizing, if you will, and coming in doing his thing. And then Grogu's all checking out everything going on, like, whoa, shit, man, this shit is crazy, man. And then, everyone's flying around. The Mandalorians are freaking Halo jumping in with the backpack, with the jetpacks and everything. It's freaking awesome. And you get a great action sequence playing out, man, in great Mandalorian fashion, as you do. And everything goes down with that. And then you got Bo-Katan coming in with her ship. I forget the name of it at the moment. Forgive me, y'all. But she comes in, flying in, blasting at the other guys, blasting at the main ship, really damaging their engines and everything like that, and pretty much taking them out. And then, as they are victorious throughout the rest of the fight, everything ends off, and then, everyone's saved and whatnot, hoorah and all that shit. And then Grief Karga's like, hell yeah, man. He gives a great speech where he's like, you know what? We couldn't have did it without the Mandalorians. We owe a big debt to y'all. And in fact, you guys do not have a home world at the moment, but you have a home here in Navarro. You can stay here. And they're like, hell yeah, man, this is the way. Let's do it. So the whole brighter future ahead that they were all talking about and getting hyped about does seem to be coming true. Does seem to be going down, right? And then a little bit later on, we kick over to the Mandalorians, and we're kicking it with the armorer and Bo-Katan herself. And she's like, hey, yo, remove your helmet, man. She's like, what? What do you mean? She's like, you know what? I always heard about the mythosaur, but the fact that you've seen it, the fact that you've done what you've done, you must be the one to lead our people. You lived on both sides, both of the old creed and the new creed. You know what it is. You can unite us together. It is meant for you to do this. And then she's like, oh, shit, okay. Bo-Katan's like, all right, I was kind of feeling that already. Let's run it. And then she comes out with her helmet off, and everyone's like, oh, shit, what the hell? And then the armorer is like, she is the new leader. She is going to lead us to the promised land and all this shit, pretty much. She's seen the mythosaur and everything, and they're like, whoa, what? For real, dog? For real, though? And that's when we jump on over back. And she takes her helmet off and all victorious, and she stands amongst the people, and everyone's like, all right, this is the new leader right here. Let's do it. And she's going to be leading them on Navarro for the moment, right? We jump on over to Carson Teva, who's over there talking to one of his crewmates or whatever, if you will, one of his compadres. And he's over there investigating into this whole Moff Gideon situation, and comes across an Imperial cruiser. And he's like, oh, shit, what the hell's going on with that? Windshield's broken out and all that shit. They scan for it and realize it's actually a New Republic prison transport. And he's like, oh shit. And that's when they realize Moff Gideon has gotten out, right? But then, as they start to scan and analyze the ship more with the droids or whatever, as y'all know, that power the X-Wings themselves, they start to scan and analyze it, and they see that there's remnants of Beskar left behind. And then that's when it's like fucking mic drop. What? What's going on there? What does that mean? Are there still Mandalorians that are working with Imperial type people? Is there another like group or segment out there that's bad? Is this any of the people from the group that we know? Was it Bo-Katan? Like, was it planted there by Katie O'Brien's character and Moff Gideon? Was there never even Mandalorians there? It could go in so many different directions. So that, to me, completely blows my mind, and I cannot wait to see where all of that is going to go. But that's pretty much it for the episode, man, and I absolutely love this episode. It was freaking phenomenal, man, and I cannot wait to see where everything's going to go, and I love the way they've been able to tie up and start tying in together all these plot lines they've been kind of setting up, overarching for the series and for this season, and now they're going in a very strong direction moving forward for episode 6. But y'all let me know what you thought about it down below in that comment section. I would love to get into a discussion with y'all, and all of us here on the team at Fandom Frequency would love to discuss all of this nerdy stuff with all of y'all anytime. So make sure you're jumping into the social media feeds and hitting us up, following us over there at Fandom_Frequency on IG, and at Fan_Frequency, because Twitter still exists. So make sure you follow us over there and all of that good jazz. We got more content coming at y'all this week and all that stuff. And then me and the boys are going to be getting together by the following Monday or something like that. And we're going to be talking about John Wick Chapter 4. Better late than never, but make sure you look out for that. And until next time, make sure you stay tuned, you don't sleep. Much love, and thanks for checking out the video. Peace.